It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the G-Men, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Glad you could join us, football fans, as we get ready for kickoff. It's Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up in the booth. And Brock, I want you to take us back down to the field. When you were a player, what are these moments like just before the game begins and you take the field for the first time?
Well, you wish you could hit fast forward. You wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And we're off from MetLife. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So out had the Raiders for their first possession. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming a GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. That's 5, it looks like, on the play, so now it's going to be 3rd and 8.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
Another try following the sack. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
3rd down from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
They may not have been the first defense to hit the field today, but certainly they wasted no time making their presence felt. Couple sacks in just the first few plays here, and they'll add more to it if this offense doesn't start to figure out their protection.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Raider football. Throwing on first is Minshew. Cut by Marshall. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A handoff for Madison running left. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll go right back to Madison. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 46. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got first down from the 31. Minshew looking to throw. On the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Minshew now on third down. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Minshew on first down. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. we're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. Throwing here, Minshew. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take second and goal now from the 13. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders get the game's first points here in the second. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. Locked to throw it. Escapes the pocket. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. A give to Tracy up the middle. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's brought down at the 44. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
They go right back to Tracy. Has a lane inside the 25. And he has this all the way down to the 23. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Tracy once more. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Devin Singletary. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. This one goes for 3 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here's Locke to the air. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants earn the chance to tie before halftime. Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants tie this game 7-7. Send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Pass taken in by Marshall. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the pistol, Minshew. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Complete beyond the marker. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, Minshew. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this down to the 28. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's low and bounces short of his man. Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Minshew. Setting up the screen. Running in the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 7.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Only 17 seconds left for them as they begin this drive. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. He gets it ahead and winds up with about 3. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. So at halftime, the Raiders fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a running back, Alexander Madison, who put together a solid first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this second half. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. 1st and 10 now from the 30. A handoff to Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Finds Hyatt. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Locke. Connects with Slayton. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lockdown. Gets this to Slayton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Tracy. He's going to snag a couple of yards, charging up the gut. Marcus Epps making the play. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third and 4 coming up now. Locke looking to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. Then he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants tie things up at 14. Gano ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. Throwing on first is Minshew. Caught by Marshall. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
2nd and 4. He gets this one to Myers. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Another carry for him. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Back-to-back carries here. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Drew Phillips making the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Back to the well again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Minshew. He has the 1st over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
First down, Raiders.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Makes the handoff. Now Minshew. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Play action, it's Minshew. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
First down.
They get 28 out of that play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Running right, it's Madison. Is in, touchdown Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Giants 14.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. To throw, here's Locke. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. This finds Bellinger. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This is Tracy. And he goes down after a small gain across the 40 to the 42. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 42. He finds Slayton. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are tackled on the return right along their own 40-yard line.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. That's taken in by Tucker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Raiders leading by 7. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Madison. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. So quickly, the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. And the Giants going nickel, third down coming. Here's Madison again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. They'll go right back to Madison. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
He's back to throw. That's caught for the first. And he'll go down here at the 16. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from New York.